The atom. In this lesson, we are going to learn what is an atom. It is a basic unit of matter. So, the atom is a basic unit of matter, which means that the atoms are made up of particles, and these atoms in turn make what we call the matter. Atoms are made up of subatomic particles called protons, neutrons, and electrons. What do we mean by subatomic particles? Subatomic particles mean very, very small particles. And these subatomic particles are protons, neutrons, and electrons. These three subatomic particles together form the atom. Now, let's check this diagram. It's made up of the structure of an atom. Have a look at this structure. We could notice small particles. As we can see, these particles are called protons. Also, we have the neutrons and the electrons. You could notice that the protons have positive sign on them, which is the plus sign, and the electrons have the negative sign. As you can see, it's the minus sign. Neutrons and protons are both found in the middle of the atom. As you can see, they are in the middle, which is called the nucleus. However, the electrons are found in the atom outside the nucleus. Also, you could notice that electrons are distributed randomly in the atom. As for the protons and neutrons, they are gathered in the middle, which is the nucleus. Now look at this. This is how the electron looks like. It has the minus sign in the middle. Electrons are negatively charged particles that surround the atom's nucleus, as we have seen in the previous diagram. Electrons has the negative charge, which is the minus charge, and they are distributed in the atom around the nucleus. Check how they are distributed in this figure. You can see the negative charges around. Now the nucleus, it is the part which is in the middle or the center of the atom. So it is the central part of the atom, central part, that means it's in the middle, and it contains the protons and the neutrons. And also we have seen previously in the figure that the nucleus have the protons with positive sign, neutrons with no sign. Protons are positively charged particles. Let's consider the figure of this nucleus. You can see the protons and the positive charges in it. Neutrons are neutral. You can see no charges on it. When we say neutral, this means that no charge. There is neither positive nor negative charges on the neutron. Check here, the nucleus also contains the neutrons. Again, this is the nucleus, which is the center of the atom. It contains the protons and the neutrons. Let's have a final look at the atom. Here's the nucleus with protons and neutrons inside the nucleus. Electrons are outside the nucleus surrounding it. There's a note you have to take into consideration. Electrons have virtually no mass compared with protons and neutrons. Therefore, this means that mass of electrons is much less than the mass of protons and neutrons. Therefore, nearly most of the mass of the atom is concentrated in the nucleus. This means that the mass of the atom is approximately equal to the mass of the nucleus. which contains the protons and the neutrons, as we said. Electrons have virtually no mass compared with protons and neutrons. Therefore, the mass of the atom depends on the mass of the nucleus.